This round's AFL Record print edition is available on game day at newsagents, Coles and Coles Express. Also online via afl.com.au, the AFL app, sen.com.au and the SEN app. Proudly part of our Top Sport, official wagering partner of the AFL Record. Gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-858-858.
On SEN, questions without notice. For Charlie Battisti & Co. Melbourne's finest facility for the repair of prestige German vehicles. Get your repair process started.
Lauren Jackson to join us at about 8:40. Big round of AFL starts tonight. Port Adelaide take on Collingwood at the Marvel Stadium. It is, because Port Adelaide was supposed to be playing at the home of footy over there in Adelaide. But circumstances bring them over here. They get to choose. They say Marvel's probably less of an advantage for Collingwood. So Trav Boak will play in front of an empty crowd, 300 games. Sad, but that's just the way it is. Earlier start tonight too, given the situation with the Olympics.
7:10.
Make sure you know that. So it's a time that should be starting every Friday night.
Excellent start.
We've been on this for a long, long time. 7:10 tonight. What time's the opening ceremony get underway then?
About 8:30 or something. Is that right or not?
So it's a football. I'm not being a smarty pants, so don't take this personally. I know you can get snitchy when I ask questions like this. Is the football on the main channel tonight, or is it on 7 Mate or 7 2 or 7 Plus?
I can't answer that question. I'm assuming it's on the main channel, but maybe it's not on the main channel.
Well, you'd have the Olympic opening on the main channel, wouldn't you?
Yes, but the footy will start before the Olympics.
Yeah. Okay. I should have done some homework.
You should have, yes.
Well, you should know, probably. But can we please find out what time the opening ceremony is on tonight and what channel, please? Thank you. So Richmond
that's not very nice. Jackie Felgate should do the 7. Well, Jackie Felgate does the sports report on Channel 7.
Well, that's a bit nasty,
That's
person.
very nasty.
Gee,
Why is it that people are nasty like that? Do they think
that
that you and I? Do they think that you and I don't have feelings?
Is that going to make that person feel better for the Friday? He could send one in saying, "Wisp, you're hopeless. Get off. Jackie Felgate should be on."
Yeah. That's just, that's bullying me. That's what it is. Hey, Phil Davis was on Channel 7 News last night.
Here we go.
I want to play this, okay? This is what a surgeon said to him because he got a knock on the kidney. He missed a lot of footy. This is what the surgeon said to him back in 2014 after that incident.
This bloke walked in, just looked at my chart and said, "We're just going to have to take that out," not realising anything. I gave him a piece of my mind. He was much more composed and said, "We'll give it every chance." And fortuitously, by doing that, the second surgery fixed the problem and stopped the bleeding.
There you go. So the surgeon comes in, has a look at his chart, looks at the injury, okay, the extent of the damage, and says, "Oh, no, that's got to come out." Phil says, no way, Barley. No, Barley on that, Charlie. It's not coming out. It's going to stay in there. And lo and behold, he recovers and he's still got all his kidneys intact.
Well, name and shame that surgeon that just wanted to rip the kidney out. He must have dinner to get to. All eyes on Tokyo. I'll read this out, since you're not prepared. The opening ceremony at 8:30, hosted by Bruce McAvaney. The opening ceremony is free and in HD on 7 and 7 Plus, the only place to see it all, which leaves the football on 7 Mate. But Fox Footy will have it in HD. And you see Garrity. What do you got that look on your face for?
I'm not even going to respond to that.
What? I'm doing you a favour.
What are you doing me a favour for?
I'm telling Pete, the listening audience, where they can watch it on free to air if they don't have Fox Footy. You didn't tell us.
No, I'm doing other stuff. That's why I'm trying to get the show back on track and doing other stuff, and I'm looking for things that I need to talk to you about. That's all.
Someone says
so. The footy tonight. You're going to find that on 7 Mate. There you go, and it starts at 7:10.
Maybe this person says the footy's on Channel 7 till 8:30, and then you've got to switch over to 7 Mate. That sounds a bit clunky to me.
Well, that's what I thought it was, but you've just read that out and said that that's not the case.
Geez, I don't work there. Find out.
Well, you went and got the.
I've got it right here.
Tredos, hang on a minute. Hang on. Hey, I'm just getting a tweet. I'm just getting a text message from my boss at Channel 7. Footy on 7 in Melbourne from 7 p.m. Switches to 7 Mate at 8:30 during halftime, which is exactly what I thought.
Funky.
Opening ceremony on 7 from 8:30. There you go.
So you got half a footy into the opening ceremony.
That's right. So you get the first half of the game on 7, and then you switch to 7 Mate at halftime. You get the second half of the game if you still want to watch it, depending on the score at halftime. And then the opening ceremony will be on 7 from 8:30 p.m. and up will pop Bruce.
They'll be fumbling around trying to find which AV button they push to find that other channel. Or you could have Fox Footy for the whole thing. Options, that's what we've got, Tim. Don't give me the cat's bum face.
I'd just be checking the status of your contract at the moment with Bucks moving over there to Fox. I'm not sure the place is big enough for the pair of you.
No, it's not. I'll be taking out the trash.
And we're just having a bit of fun. That's
right. Yeah, we are. What about Geelong Richmond on Sunday at the MCG?
Yes.
Is there any chance the Tigers can beat the
Cats?
Cats?
Of course they can.
Rowan and Henderson back into the side.
Yeah, of course
for
they
Geelong.
can.
No Dusty.
They can. They were great. They were fantastic. They were back to their very, very best in all the most important areas against the Brisbane Lions last weekend. And then there's a very, very important game. The last game of this round is a really, really, really important game. Essendon hanging by a thread in the 8th. The Giants, they're up against the Giants at about a 6:10 start. Is that one on Sunday?
It's a busy, full calendar of footy this weekend. So 6 o'clock on Sunday night, you'll get that one on Fox Footy.
That's right.
And so I was accused of being cocky yesterday because I hadn't had a good look at the ladder. So let me just have a good look at the ladder.
That's right.
The Bombers are inside the 8, of course, Wispy.
And you'll get the footy live and free. Free is the important thing on Channel 7 tonight.
Just get that message from your boss, did you?
You won't get sent an invoice. Let
me tell you what happened.
You just get it free.
Wispy just got a message saying, damn, I'll give that smart aleck what I'm out. We get it for free. You do. You get it for free.
FR.
Yeah. You get a lot of ads, but you get it for free. Essendon are 8th. The GWS Giants are 12th.
That's right.
But there's only 2 points that separate them, but a good, healthy percentage. So the Giants need to win to get themselves back up into a contention. Matt from Noosa says, you're a flog, Gary.
You're a flog.
You people.
Well, I'm glad you're a flog because I was a flog before. No, I was a flog before from somebody.
Personal feelings, and I hope that makes you feel better. I hope that gives you a good day, Matt. I hope this starts. I know people in Noosa at the moment, Matt. Chase you down.
We feel like a punching bag in here some mornings, don't we?
Hey, we do. We do indeed.
Hey, what else have you got? Have you got any more questions without notice for me? Hey, what about Giannis and Tenakompu, who went through the chicken driveway or drive-through and ordered 50 chicken nuggets?
Yes.
Not 49, Gary. Not 51. He wanted the 50. Why did he want the 50?
Because he scored 50 points.
There you go.
Yep, he did indeed. Are you worried about, we spoke about this earlier, are you worried about the Ashes and whether or not the English team will come? And if in fact they come, they'll come for the whole period of time. Do you think it's under some sort of threat?
Yeah, it is. It has to be. It has to be. Obviously, it depends upon what the outbreak of COVID is across the country. Currently, it would be almost impossible. In fact, it would be impossible for them right now to stage the Ashes. Right now, it would be impossible.
Yeah.
But who knows what's going to happen between now and probably late October? Is that the cutoff? When would they arrive? November-ish?
November, yep.
Yeah.
And they stay until, if you play all forms, you'll be here for potentially the best part of 3-4 months.
Would you have a problem? We're talking about actually going into a hub and playing the finals. This is the suggestion. If we were to have COVID restrictions, play maybe the grand final in Perth and everybody go there for a month. Would you have a problem if it was a similar circumstance for the Ashes, that all of the games, the matches, were played at the one venue to decide the Ashes? Would you have a problem with that?
If it was a choice between that and no cricket, no, I wouldn't. I'd put up with that. I just want to see the Ashes. I just want to see the cricket. I mean, can you imagine this summer without the English cricket team coming over?
Okay, we get to choose one wicket across the country to stage the Ashes. Which wicket are you choosing? Which city are you choosing? Which would best suit the Australians?
Well, we had this discussion a little bit last year. Would probably, I don't know, maybe Adelaide.
Why? Isn't that a flat deck?
Well,
why wouldn't you be choosing a wicket that would best suit the Australian bowlers? For goodness sake.
So you're talking about
what else would I be talking
which wicket is going to be one-sided?
I think we've got a new expert in the cricket area.
Righto.
Old mate.
So what are you saying then? Which wicket
I'm
is
saying the bounciest best wicket that suits our bowlers.
And which is that wicket?
Well, historically it's been Western Australia, but I don't know about the
which
drop-in wicket.
Western Australia?
Well, the Wacker was the wicket over there because that gave the bounce and it had a bit of greenery and all that sort of stuff
Of course, we
around
don't play Test cricket.
We have drop-in wickets now.
I don't think we play Test cricket in Western Australia. Only against Afghanistan.
Well, all plans are subject to change. What's our greenest wicket around the country?
Gabba
there?
probably is one where you get the best.
Oh, Gabba it is then.
Green top.
Gabba it is.
And Shane Warne used to love bowling there, so that can help the spinners as well.
Our record at the Gabba against the tourists is the best in the country, is that right?
First test as a general rule.
And that gets you off to a great start. Yeah.
But, let's and then you got the Australian Open, the tennis in January as well to think about. At what stage do you start making? You got to have some plans and contingencies in place for the Australian Open as well.
Yeah,
we've lost the Grand Prix. There's no Grand Prix this year. There's no MotoGP. If we lost the Ashes and the Australian, pack up
and go home.
Well, we're the sport.
I know.
We like to see ourselves as the great sporting.
I know, but let's not be negative about it.
Grand final hasn't been.
Can you go down positive street for people are negative enough as it is. They're locked at home. They're in lockdown, and all you're giving them is the bad news this morning. Can you give them some positivity?
Yep. The Olyroos beat Argentina. Have a listen to this call from Speedy.
As King finds Duke. Chance! Australia ready to shock the world, and it is lucky Wales who turns it home against Argentina. Look at Duke still going. And here's Tillio! Remarkable! To make it 2-0 Australia against Argentina. You talk about X Factor. Marco Tillio has it all.
Tillman has got it all. Marco Tillio and Lockie Wales, and that is Brenton Speed, the most versatile sports commentator in the country.
He's great. He is really good. He is very, very good, and getting a lot of support for the Wisp to take over as the cricket commentator on this radio program. Adelaide, Gaz, ? Exclamation mark. Come on, mate. A day-night with pink ball is the best thing with the Poms for Anderson and Broad. We don't want 5 tests there.
Have a day-night
test.
Have
a rethink about that, Gary.
Have a day-night test, then have a day test, then have a twilight, then have an early morning.
Gary, what have you been putting in your pipe and smoking? That's come through loud and clear as well.
No, it hasn't.
You need to change your tobacco, Gary.
That's a complete make-up by the Wisp, who's slowly losing his marbles on Fun Friday. Let's take the news headline. The Crows are having a combined scratch match with Geelong and Richmond Sunday morning at Punt Road for players not selected in the AFL side. So that's a little bit of heads up for those that are wondering what's happening for the players that aren't being running around in the seniors.
Yes, that is
Geelong,
great.
Essendon are playing Southport with Alex Rance potentially in their VFL team.
That's right. At 31 years of age, Gary, is there a chance that he gets a little, you talk about a scratch match, is there a chance that he gets a little bit of an itch this weekend and maybe thinks about coming back and playing next year?
Who knows? Who knows?
Who would know?
It's a nice little fascinating curveball.
What can you tell us about Andy Marr too? I've had a couple of text messages about where has Andy been? Is he okay?
I don't want to talk publicly if I'm out of school, so he's been a bit crook, but I don't. You say it if you want to say it. I don't know
anything. No, I don't know anything. I'm just putting it out there.
Well, all we do is hope that he's okay. I think he's going to be back today, we're told. So
yeah, I think he's fine. He's fine. He's going to be okay. He and Gazy, by the way, they are doing a program right throughout the Olympics, a late night program. Him and Andrew Gaze, 10:30 each and every night on 7, which I believe is very, very good. So they'll just take a look at all the things. They'll just take a look at everything that's happened during the day.
Are they the new HG and Roy?
He got a nice contract, hasn't he, Gazy, where he can sort of just float between Fox and Channel 7.
There's only one other.
Has he got one of those passports?
There's only one other I know that's able to do that.
Who's that?
Eduardo.
He can too, yeah.
You think he must be in that?
He must be in that category.
In that hemisphere of packet.
You've never been able to maintain anything like that, have you?
No.
I don't know of many that can just float through.
Thanks for all the great support too. We're only joking. We've got pretty thick skins here. What's a cat's bum's face? That's when Wispy purses his lips up when he gets a bit narky on me. He goes,
I never get narky. You know I never get narky.
No, we don't. We do not get narky. Hey, we're here for Kogan credit cards, no annual fees, amazing rewards. Country Racing Victoria, back where we belong. Country Racing Strong, book online. Can I do a little straw poll whilst as we go to a break in a minute and get Lauren Jackson up?
Yeah.
What are you watching tonight? Our audience.
Are you asking me the question?
Sports-loving audience like no other that I've come across in my time.
No.
Are you watching the footy until halftime, switching over to the opening ceremony? Are you sticking with the footy all the way through, or are you just going full-on Olympic mode? I'm interested. We know the next 2 weeks are going to be dominated by the Olympics, and rightfully so, but the comp rolls on. I just want to get a bit of a straw poll. I want to get a bit of a feel for what people are going to be doing tonight.
Being a man of the people, I would suggest most people will do this, Gary. They'll sit down and they'll watch the football till half-time.
Mm-hmm.
If it's engaging, if it's a great game, they'll stick with the footy because they won't be able to look away. But if it's not, then they'll take a peek at Bruce McAvaney in the opening ceremony and probably just go back and forwards a little bit.
All right, that's your thoughts. Let me get the thoughts of the people. Olympics all the way through, footy half, Olympics half, or all footy. They're the three options. Send them through if you want. If you wouldn't mind, I need to pass this back onto the Wisp for his men down at Channel Wisp.